Time in Germany. Donald Hosinga Sr. grew up in Iowa. He actually just received his high school diploma. He left high school to enlist with the Army back in the 1940s. Prisoner of war in Germany. Congratulations. Happy Veterans Day. Thank you so much for sharing your time with us today. Was married for 73 years, and he is now a great-great-grandfather.
Oh, and this is in memory of Airman First Class Elizabeth Jacobson in the 17th Security Forces. And yes, so
she was killed in 2005 in the Iraq War. She was actually on a security forces mission assigned to Goodfellow when that happened.
Yes, she was first defender and first security forces member who passed away during Iraqi freedom.
The Grand Marshal of the parade this morning, Command Chief Master Sergeant, 17 Training Wing, Rebecca Arbona. You all work closely.
We do. That's my command chief. She is outstanding and a great representation of our military women in service now.
Give us an idea of what she does.
So she's going to be one of my key advisors on all enlisted issues and really any issues that come up for the base and the installation.
Over thousands of personnel.
That's absolutely true. 12,000 personnel. She's my right hand on making sure we're in sync.
We were talking about our women's veteran theme. That is our San Angelo mayor, the first woman to be a mayor of San Angelo. Good morning, Brenda Gunner, serving her second term, re-elected last summer. Take a look at this antique Ford pickup truck. Inside is a Purple Heart recipient, Robert Holtz, who served in the Korean War and the Vietnam War, retired from the U.S. Marine Corps, landed with the first batch of Marines in Vietnam in 1965. He says he's 91 years old.
91 years young.
Happy Happy Veterans Day.
And this is Jamie served with the United States Air Force during the post-9/11 era from April 2002 until August 2003 when she was honorably discharged as an Airman First Class.
Jamie Hyde is representing today all the nurses who served so valiantly during World War II. She is also trained as a linguist to learn Korean at the Defense Language Institute in Monterey, California. Here comes a U.S. Army veteran from World War II. This is Hubert Wilde. He landed in France in December of 1944. Said they loaded him on a train and sent him straight to the front. Mr. Wilde will be celebrating his 97th birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday to you. He was with the 70th Infantry Division in 1945. So honored to have you in this parade. Thank you. Hubert Wilde.
And this is a World War II representing all the women that served in the USO during World War II. A tribute to, again, all the women who served in the USO.
And Colonel Ryman, the USO continues through today. We think of that as a World War II organization, but they continue today.
Yeah, they are. You're going to find them worldwide with our deployed military members helping us home station and forward.
David Silvis, another World War II veteran we're honored to have. Look at that beautiful bright red Plymouth. He was with the 70th Field Artillery Battalion called the Trailblazers, part of the General Patton's 7th Army at the Battle of the Bulge and D-Day. Born in Terralingua, grew up in Alpine.
And this is our representative for Korea, served in the U.S. Army. This is Anna Boyton.
Time in Germany, Donald Hosinga Sr. Colonel Ryman, she's originally from Kentucky.
I just saw that, just moved here, and it looks like she's staying in San Angelo for a while as well.
Her daughter is here. She's also an Air Force veteran, Diana Ray. That's a 1941 Ford Coupe.
Thank you so much for sharing your time with us today.
Was married for 73 years, and he is now a great-great-grandfather. Our next veteran is from Vietnam in memory of Lorenzo Chapa, who died in Vietnam in 1969. Armando Cedillo is here, U.S. Army Specialist. That was a 1966 Ford Mustang. Vietnam veteran Jackie Swanson is here with the U.S. Air Force, born in Niagara Falls, enlisted in the U.S. Air Force, went to officer training school at Lackland. part of the pistol team in the U.S. Air Force.
And Gulf War veteran. This is
Charmaine Taylor. We know Charmaine. She's a former KLST employee. Nice to see you. Grew up in Maryland. Served in the U.S. Marine Corps.
1991 to 1994.
There is Francis V. Rose, a U.S. Navy veteran.
Yep, and he was a Operation Iraqi Freedom veteran, born in Alpine, Texas.
Happy Veterans Day.
Thank you for your service.
T9.
This is Master Sergeant Retired Kelly Rickard Donalfo, U.S. Air Force, third-generation Air Force veteran, a big family of them. Her spouse, a fellow Air Force veteran, served in Turkey, Korea, and Iraq. She's supported numerous operations in Iraq, in Africa, former Soviet countries, and Korea. Thank you.
And this is Operation Enduring Freedom veteran in Afghanistan. This is Robin Moore. This is a 28-year Army veteran, served 6 years in the National Guard, 22 years with active duty. And again, this is
Signal collection analyst. Tell us what that is.
So they're going to be working to decipher all the foreign adversary communications and trying to figure out what's going on to help the commanders make the right decisions.
All right, another Afghanistan war veteran, Rosemary Rodriguez Cruz from the U.S. Air Force, lives in Cristobal. Served as a vehicle operator and dispatcher in the Air Force from 2011 to 2015. Has 3 children. And she's studying at Angelo State University. When will you graduate? Are you ready? I bet you are. The Jeep Gypsies parading some of their cars today. We have a number of antique cars in the parade today, too. There's one of them, bright turquoise Jeep. Could go off-roading, could go anywhere in that. They're very active in support of veterans from all foreign wars and the local community. Speaking of that, All Women Veterans Alliance, Leandra Danielle Hernandez. They are a new organization in San Angelo created for women's veterans by women's veterans. We have some more members of the Jeep Gypsies.
Yeah, there's a big presence that they have here is the Jeeps. Not only do they let some of the, they're driving some of the veterans through this parade, but I mean, there is a whole bunch of these Jeeps here, and so it's a good presence known, so you got to show them all off.
You know, it's a lot of work to keep those clean, keep the mud off the tires and the...
Some people like to show off the mud.
Especially with all the off-roading they do. Yeah. They do a lot of work off-road and did a great job last year at the parade as well.
Yeah, it's so fun to see everything. That's a cool one with the roller bar doors.
Yeah, always big supporters and always involved in these veterans parades.
There's kind of a modern version of a camo. Look at the wheels on that one. And these Jeeps are not like the old Army Jeeps either. These are nice and comfortable and...
Yeah, but they still, I mean, they still pull their, you know, like the heritage of those Jeeps from military exercise. So showing you that kind of military influence on even our everyday life that we kind of see, you know, even in traffic.
You could pretty much go over anything in that.
Yeah, that one's going to get it.
That's what you climb up the sides of hillsides with.
It looks like it.
We're going to continue with our groups, the All Women Veterans Alliance, the All Service Flags of the Concho Valley Women's Veterans Association, too. They're an 8-week program. They provide a social network of veterans. Of course, it's nice to be able to share your stories and what's happened.
Yeah, and perfect for this theme. Again, this year's theme is celebrating veteran women. So again, right there, really making their impact known here in this parade.
American Legion Post 572 is helping with the Concho Valley Women's Veterans Association today in the parade. It's been around since 2018. Their motto, support, inspire, and service. Again, we're going with the theme of celebrating women's veterans for this 19th Annual Veterans Day Parade. And they have all the flags of the armed forces, too.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we should mention Other than the veterans we talked about representing each of the foreign wars, there are veterans on just about every float and in just about every car today, which gives you an idea of how important this is.
This is the VFW Veterans of Foreign Wars post 1815. Again, was mustered in April 22, 1930, making it the 5th oldest post in the state of Texas.
And, you know, they welcome new members all the time.
All the time, and they're very welcoming of the active duty and continue to try to keep that legacy going as well.
And they're fun. They have dances and they have...
Yeah, they're very active.
They do a lot of fun stuff. Veterans of Foreign Wars. Again, post 1815, have several floats in the parade today. They're handing out American flags to people in the audience as we come down Concho. Veterans Day, of course, taking place next week,
yes,
November 11th.
Next Friday.
This is a truckload of veterans waving the American flag. Good morning. Happy Veterans Day. Disabled American Veterans is another group we have in the parade today. This is 237 chapter. Well, that's... I was going to say the parasol's a good idea today with the sun.
A little bit of sunlight. Not too much, not too bad of the wind. It's enough to get the flags kind of moving, but it's not, the papers aren't jumping off the table here, so...
Another one of our many veterans outreach groups in San Angelo, Christian Veterans Outreach, Combat Veterans Outreach, Serve to Save. Tell us about the importance of organizations like this, Colonel Ryman, in San Angelo and what they do.
These are great for all the young active duty personnel to start to understand, and of course, as we separate, you know, we already said San Angelo kind of captures your heart. To know that you have that support as you continue to transition is just fantastic.
Tell us about the Fleet Reserve, Chris.
Well, the Fleet Reserve says the impression is 295. Again, this is established in 1924. Lobbies U.S. Capitol on behalf of the Navy, Marine Corps, and Coast Guard. So again, and that's another thing that some of these organizations do is they go to bat for you at Washington, and they're making sure that you're getting that representation that you always want in the for the benefits and everything like that.
Speaking of that, the West Texas VA healthcare system, of course, have that wonderful new building down off Loop 306 in San Angelo.
Just got a new name. I go there all the time. That's where I got my flu shot. I one of those actively involved. I'm still kind of getting out there and then seeing it every once in a while for my appointments myself.
It's nice not to have to drive to Big Spring anymore, a lot.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely great, too.
Women Veterans Healthcare, some more floats today. Lots of red, white, and blue in this Veterans Day parade. Look what they're handing out.
I got some bead for us.
It's a great idea. Again, another part of the Disabled American Veterans Chapter 237. That's a big, bright yellow Humvee.
Yeah, that's the Angelo State University Vet Center, and then where they're going to actually be busy throughout the day because they're going to go over there for Ram Jam, and they got a game coming up, and there is a pretty decent throw. Almost got it. And
Colonel Ryman caught that, by the way.
Got that one.
Yeah.
Good catch.
We'll use that towel later for the game.
Yeah, we'll see that later.
So the deal is, if you are a member of the U.S. military, you get free today. You get a free ticket.
Yes, and that's something that I know I'm going to be out there afterwards, so going out to Ram Jam. And so that's one of how that community kind of continues to give back. And it really ramps up over the next couple weeks.
And ASU Ram games are a popular place to be these days. They're doing really well, and hopefully will continue in the postseason.
This will be the last home game, actually.
Howard College, another important military connection with San Angelo. They're so wonderful about expanding and changing their programs for the needs of the community, depending on when it is. From 1945, created as a junior college, is the former Big Spring Army Air Force Bombardier School.
We've supported our veterans for over 75 years.
A lot of people come back, retire, and learn new careers.
Mm-hmm.
And they help our spouses and also active duty continue to earn degrees.
All right, let's talk about junior ROTC programs. This is the group from Lakeview High School.
Lakeview Junior ROTC. I did actually JROTC in high school, and those who do 3 years jump to E3 when they choose to join the service. And this is, again, the Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps ROTC. That's going to be for your officers in college. But I did JROTC. Great opportunity, great way to get involved in high school.
Colonel Rowman, tell us what we're seeing here.
So we're starting to have all of the formations. That was the Army, the Marines just passed, and then we have the Navy detachment coming up next. So that's Lieutenant Commander Mark West leading his team through the parade. They look great out there.
Do they have to get up really early this morning to get down there and get lined up?
It wasn't too bad. I think it was about a 9:30 start and then getting down here by 10.
For you all, that's not even early, is it?
Not at all. This is our Air Force formation. So coming out in front, this is celebrating our 75th anniversary. We have 75 airmen in formation, 75 great years of the United States Air Force.
And among this group are students who are doing what?
We do. We have students who are going through intelligence training, fire training, and then we also have a lot of our permanent party and instructors as well. So this is our newest Space Force detachment, the 533rd Detachment 1. These are all the guardians of the United States Air Force. Space Force that we were talking about earlier. So that's Lieutenant Robert Freeman. They just activated earlier this year. And now we're rolling into the Air Force ROTC and starting to get into some of the junior ROTC. It's been great to get them back out to the base as well, start to see a little bit more of what their careers could be and then what opportunities could await them for military service.
What all do you have to say to them? What do you talk to them about?
Yeah, we talk to them about that, just volunteer and calling to serve, and then try to showcase a lot of those opportunities across the entire installation, all the different jobs and things that they could do. And then, of course, highlight those opportunities with education, job skills, and some of those critical things they can learn.
And when you are in the military, it's not just about intel or fire training, but there are all kinds of jobs. There's accounting, there's medical. You run these bases, or these bases are run across the country and around the world like small cities.
They pretty much are. We have 18 different, essentially, hotels on base that are the dorm rooms. And, of course, we have to feed everybody, and it is very much like an operating city. So anything you can imagine that happens in a local community happens on a base.
This is a large junior ROTC group from both Lakeview and Central. I'm looking at their patches on the right side.
Yeah, they're looking good, looking sharp out here today as they're coming around. There's another salute. They were really great help out on the base as well. We just did Operation Kids, and they were great at helping our kids as we showed them what it looks like to deploy in the military.
Do you all do that every year?
We do it. It's been a couple of years due to COVID, but we just started it this October. Hopefully we'll get back to it here in the spring as well.
All right, we're looking at these participants in the parade this morning in camo uniforms, part of the USNSCC CPO Stephen M. Mills Battalion, which is a color guard and unit of the U.S. Navy Sea Cadet Corps. 10 to 18 years old. Again, same core values, honor, courage, and commitment. We should mention, too, you all have a pretty serious fire. Look at that fire truck.
That is one of our brand new trucks, 2018, out of the DoD Firefighting Academy. That's one of the most advanced trucks in the world.
Tell us what it does.
That is for airfield firefighting. So you can see he was adjusting the nozzle on the front so they can get up close to a fire without having to get out of the truck.
I'm guessing it has some kind of a heat glass, something in it. That's incredible.
Up front. And there's Sparky, our local mascot from the fire stations.
This is Great Creek Volunteer Fire Department. Again, this is since 1972. Again, provides fire protection and emergency services for our community.
You know, if you live outside the city limits, like a lot of people do all around here, you rely on the volunteer firefighters who have other jobs, who drop what they're doing in case, a few years ago when we had all those fires, they were busy day in and day out. We also have members of the Dove Creek Volunteer Fire Department with that great big pretty truck.
It's always good just to listen to the sirens. I always like that.
And to look how big they are.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still impressed with that new Air Force truck.
That new one, it looked like a spaceship.
It looks like
driving by. It looks way new.
The controls in the front are almost very much like a brand new cockpit in a fighter jet. It's pretty impressive.
Suez Shriner's 1959 Cadillac with their Calliope that they always have, built in 1896. Always nice to see them. Good morning.
It's a 1924 Chevy fire truck, too.
That was that, and then here comes the Cadillac behind the Calliope.
Yeah.
And they have their red and white striped cover over it this morning. That's smart.
A little bit of shade. There's not a cloud in the sky if you're kind of downtown right now.
And the wind has stopped, too. The flags are not blowing anymore.
Nice and chill.
Members of the Lakeview High School band, they were busy for the game last night, came back late, and were up early this morning along with the Chiefettes to take part in our parade.
They performed in the Showmakers of America dance competition several years ago, winning sweepstakes with a Division I ratings.
UIL, too, for the band over the past 4 years. We'll listen for a second.
Yeah. Enchanted Party San Angelo's, again, a veteran-owned and operated children's entertainment and party venue in San Angelo. They offer over 59 different characters, and everyone that float are active duty military, military spouses, or military dependents. So again, that's one of those veteran-owned businesses right here in San Angelo.
There's a character handing out candy to people along the route.
Appreciate all the support of the veteran-owned businesses for the parade today.
Here's some little cuties. Is this members of the Fort Concho Spirit Squad? 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders, and they're busy. They perform at Central, Lakeview, and Angelo State University games, football, basketball, pep rallies, like the junior OTC of cheerleading. San Angelo Republican women, they've had a busy year. Is that a Jeep pulling a wagon? A covered wagon? Good morning. These are actually used in trail rides and cook-offs. Still.
Pulled by Rangers.
That's a good idea. Decorate the wagon wheels with the red, white, and blue. Here's some more young cheerleaders and dancers in training from the Prep Academy Prep Dance Team. Recreational dance teams perform at a number of events around the area. They range from 5 to 15.
And the Texas Southwest Council Boy Scout of America again provides opportunities for boys and girls to develop character and good citizenship, as well as obtain respect for the environment. You got a little nice trailer right there.
I was looking at the raft going down the river. That looks like fun.
Oh, they still got more, yeah.
They do a lot of fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Colonel Ryman, were you a Boy Scout?
I was up through high school. I never made it to Eagle Scout, but I know it's a tough road, and they do a lot of fun things out there, bringing up boys and helping them out and through high school.
They have a tent on there. If there's anybody inside that tent, that's an easier tent than usual to put up. You just pop it up.
Yeah, I know. Last year they had a little campfire, and then right behind them were all the volunteer fire departments. I was like, that makes sense.
You know, it's getting nice and warm, too. We thought it was going to be a little chilly this morning, but it's perfect today.
It was a chilly start, but yeah, temperatures really kind of warmed up. We've, again, seen those light winds, clear skies across the area. And again, we look at right now, Troop 1 turning the corner.
The First United Methodist Church, more Boy Scouts waving their American flags. We have several.
Oh, yeah, several troops.
With lots of American flags from all different stages on that one. What's the guy? Is he in charge? The one who's riding there?
Looks like it. He's keeping them in line.
The commander's riding in the float, keeping his troops in line back there. Some Cub Scouts. What does your sign say? I see it. It says, "We love Ambleside." This is Ambleside. Yes, it's their group of students. Their float. more Cub Scouts. From Pack 36, good morning. We should mention Ambleside won first place in the parade competition today. Congratulations to them. Pack 22 thanking veterans for their service. You hear that?
Yeah, you start to hear it coming down the road. That is the Central High School band. Bobcat band.
So listen for a second. That's the fight song. Busy week for them, too. They'll be on the road for a playoff game next week.
Yeah, headed out to El Paso, and it's always a little bit extra because in the military, it's already tough enough to march, but it's tough to march and play music.
They look great out there, though. That was very impressive.
Very loud.
You know, we talk about the military history of San Angelo. You see the outliers here. Fort Concho, historic national landmark in the late 1800s, actually. Representing past and recent military history for this float today, honoring women veterans and all veterans, members of the Fort Concho Living History Program. Fort Concho, just a couple of blocks down Oak Street from us, where we are, right here at Oaks and Concho.
Bug Express Pest Control also have a float that has been proudly serving the Concho Valley for 18 years. Bug Express like to thank all veterans for their service to our country.
Girl Scouts of Central Texas, this is the Concho Pearls Service Unit. Along the same line as the Boy Scouts, empower themselves and promote compassion, courage, confidence, character, leadership. They've been recognized with a number of awards, including the Girl Scout Gold, Silver, and Bronze Awards. They've been around for almost 75 years in the Concho Valley. This is about the time I always ask, when is Girl Scout cookie time?
Yeah, I know.
That's
like
the winter time.
Right?
Yeah, February.
PRT season.
For the
That's how I know. We did weigh-ins for the military, and that's when it was out.
And it looks like we have quite a few active duty airmen in uniform with them, clearly helping them out, I think, as key participants with the Girl Scouts.
That's so nice to see that. That's a loaded float. I don't think you could get any more Girl Scouts on that one.
And you hear the bells, you kind of know what that is. The Salvation Army of San Angelo, serving the Concho Valley community since 1901. Again, with the Red Kettle, the famous Red Kettle.
You're congratulating veterans here today, too, saying thank you. That disaster services truck goes to a lot of locations when it's needed.
They still have it.
Salvation Army Band. Recognize that song?
That's the Air Force song. They're playing all the hymns as they go by. That's a great job.
All right, following the Salvation Army, Shannon Medical Center entrance in the parade today. They are here to honor veterans who work at Shannon Medical Center. Some of the 1,000 employees at Shannon, based in downtown San Angelo. I was thinking about what's going on, too, after the parade today. The lunch, all veterans are invited to the Elks Lodge.
Elks Lodge, yeah. I'm going to head out there, grab me a hamburger. That's from 11 until 2. And again, all veterans and retirees are welcome to that event.
We have another party group, party characters thanking veterans in the parade this morning. Wishful parties, party predictions. There's some superhero characters and some princesses.
All neat costumes. And now we are to the San Angelo Jeep Club. Again, the Jeep Club is a group of off-road enthusiasts and Jeep lovers. They have several veterans from all services represented within their group. Again, just adding on to the Jeep community out here, and they absolutely love it out here.
Did you see the problem, no problem, whether you're right side up or upside down?
If it's upside down, there's a slight problem.
A lot of Jeeps.
Oh, yeah.
Do they get together for rallies? Do they do drives, weekend drives around here?
I'm pretty sure they do. Usually, if they're the big off-roading ones, they always end up stacking on each other's tires.
Colonel Revan, whereas Toys for Tots comes up here kind of behind the Jeep Club, talking about what's happening at Christmas time. You all have so many of your students who get to go home. The great cookie caper, we should mention your wife Katie is helping with that this year. Tell us about that.
Yeah, she is. We're second year. We restarted the Great Cookie Caper, so that'll be looking for any donations of cookies to hand out for the students so they have a nice December before they depart for the Christmas holidays. Looking at pickups on the 5th and 6th, and the Chamber of Commerce has all the information.
All right, and they are tens of thousands of cookies, too. It's not just a few hundred, it's thousands of them.
We are looking at 20 to 30,000 cookies every year. And here comes Santa Claus on one of our military P-19 fire trucks.
That looks new, too.
It's like a Hemet.
What is that? That looks like it can go anywhere.
It pretty much can, and of course with Marines, they're going to get you anywhere. So always a great giving Toys for Tots for those children in need. The Marines always do a great job.
I was at HEB yesterday. They already have the Toys for Tots box out.
Yeah, I actually saw 2 Marines at Walmart, so they're already out there and collecting some of those toys. Santa Rita Falcons Cheer Club, again, this aims to promote positivity and self-confidence in young ladies at Santa Rita Elementary School.
Johnson's Funeral Home also honoring veterans and women veterans during the parade this year.
And it has Jessica.
Following them, American Heritage Girls. They won second place in this year's Veterans Day Parade. Let's take a look at what they did. I see a lot of red, white, and blue balloons.
It looks like a lot of work went into that. So again, really paying off, and it shows you just how much this community kind of gives, in the sense that there is a lot of people. This is their big event, and they're putting all kinds of effort that goes into the veteran count, this veterans parade. And again, everyone's kind of chips in. It seems like every year to make this thing happen.
I'm noticing too they're handing away more stuff. Flags and beads, and this is a group of candy.
I bet this is a lot of good candy for the kids.
Cute dog in the back of that truck. Hello, good morning.
She could, so she did. Some little signs of this.
Again, celebrating women veterans, the theme of this year's parade this year. Another loaded float full of lots of young students from Angelo Catholic School. They're here this morning to thank all veterans and active military for service and sacrifice.
That's the son. My son goes to school at Angelo Catholic, so they do a great job taking care of veterans with a couple of teachers and everybody else going there.
And he's a sports guy, right?
He
Baseball.
absolutely is. Big baseball fan. Plays a lot.
Catcher, right?
He does, yes.
He'll be watching the game tonight, I bet.
No doubt.
San Angelo Association of Realtors.
They have the sheep out there as well.
The fiberglass sheet, downtown San Angelo. And a tiny little house.
Yellow Rose Cleaning Company, again, this is veteran-owned. Another one of those veteran-owned companies, premier and deep cleaning company. Again, offers weekly, bi-weekly, and monthly cleanings.
Take a look at that car. More Concho Valley
really
Republican women.
Yes, cruising in a convertible decorated with shimmering white petals.
They are shimmering. There are a lot of them.
We support veterans with time, money, love, and prayers. And this is actually our first place in the float competition. This is Ambleside at Concho Valley.
And they are depicting the Women Veterans Memorial Monument that's actually located in Las Cruces, New Mexico. Represents all branches of service and the women who served and are currently serving. Congratulations.
Well done. That's a great memorial.
Another big truck. This is from the Texas Department of Transportation. The big American flag on the side. They always talk about safety on the highways. It's been more than 20 years since Texas has not had a traffic fatality somewhere in the state, and they're doing everything they can to prevent that. I also have a number of veterans who are working for the Texas Department of Transportation.
Hires veterans. And you just tend to hope, with winter kind of right around the corner, you hope they don't get too much work with some of the treating the roads, but they're always ready there helping us out.
Blue Cross Blue Shield is in the parade this morning, too, with another float with lots of families.
There he is, Blue Bear.
And employees who work for Blue Cross and Blue Shield.
Carpet Tech supports and honors active duty military and veterans. New to San Angelo, Carpet Tech's family-owned and operated Fort Garrett Emergency Restoration Company. And they offer a 10% discount for veterans year-round.
Colonel Roman, do you all have special ceremonies set up for next week for Veterans Day at the base? Do you all?
We're going to do a wing retreat, and then we usually look to go out into the community. So we've had quite a few requests for coming out and speaking engagements. So I'm going to be going out to Angelo Catholic and my son's school just to kind of see their story.
And you know, Goodfellow Air Force Base volunteers also play a big role in actually helping put this parade on every year.
They do. Can't say enough about that connection, but with the All Veterans Council, we have a pretty big part to play.
And not only this parade, but a lot of events, whether it's the San Angelo Rodeo, even, for years we always rely on, if you're an organization, an ARCS organization or anything else, rely on having volunteers from Goodfellow to help you.
And we're there and happy to support.
And that is our Military Veterans Peer Network actually going by. Coming up, this is actually our third place finish in the float contest. This is the West Texas Rehab Hospice of San Angelo. Again, the Hospice of San Angelo is very proud to support our veterans and have done so since 1985. Third place finisher in the float contest.
And they just opened their brand new building at the rehab campus, brand new hospice building, just in the last few weeks.
Number 17 is the San Angelo Elks Lodge. Again, we were talking about how afterwards at the Elks Lodge, they're going to be doing a little luncheon for veterans. And they recognize the sacrifice veterans and the families have made throughout the year in honor of upcoming Veterans Day. Again, that free burger plate available from 11 to 2.
And that's right after the parade, and that's for all veterans and family members.
Yes.
Yummy hamburgers. More of our Jeep Gypsies. Or is this from STR Raceway? RC track in San Angelo, and they have a number of classes for all ages of racers out on Knickerbocker Road, and they're lining up to show us their cars. There's your tire
climb.
There's
the stack, yeah. Can't have a Jeep without a good stack.
All right, no, so what do you do next?
Well, you pull your tire up on their tire, you stack up for a bit, you look cool.
So what's the trick to that?
It just shows off how, basically climbing anything. And they'll try.
Wow. Impressive. Who gets...
Yeah. It's not a Jeep without a stack. I like the little red, white, and blue on the tire there, spinning around.
Great way to get more vehicles in the parking lot, I guess. Save space.
I feel like that's me parking half the time.
It's good to be able to go over curbs. We really do have a lot of the Jeep Gypsies. In fact, I can see, as far as I can see down Concho, they are all lined up.
And they are out there.
We want to thank all the classic car owners, the Jeep Gypsies, All-American Chevrolet, and a number of other organizations who donated vehicles for the parade today.
Provided the vehicles to allow some of these veterans to kind of get the recognition through this Veterans Parade. And again, the theme for this year's Veterans Parade is celebrating women veterans.
HEB for donation of yummy donuts this morning, hundreds and hundreds of them, and lots of volunteers too.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that kind of make this event happen, and again, they need a little bit of wake me up, so they get some coffee and some donuts to kind of start their day.
Yeah, Longhorn Coffee for the VIPs and military units. Colonel Lyman, it's interesting too to see, we see a lot of the students around San Angelo on the weekend, whether it's at the mall or doing errands or going to the grocery store. What all kind of activities do they do on the weekend when they have just a little bit of time off from training?
We try to have a lot of things happening on and around base, but then it's always good to get them out to the local community. We'll challenge them to find their favorite taco truck or restaurant downtown, but to get out and experience it, because you never know where they're coming from Hawaii or anywhere across the United States.
Anywhere. There's the KLST KSAN truck. Good morning. Ryan has his dog. What's your dog's name?
Ruzy.
Isabel and Deja on the back. That's a great ride. Tom Green County 4-H Horse Club in the Veterans Day Parade today. Cowboys and Cowgirls. It's a volunteer youth organization. If you grew up in West Texas, there's a good chance you were a 4-H member. I did that a long time ago. Take part in community service projects. Kelsey Block is the president this year. Club is managed by Lori Brock and Lisa Block. Geller Farms, pretty white carriage, pretty white horse. His name is Jerry. There is a folded flag, if you look on the back. It belonged to the father of retired Major Charles Geller. Both Charles and Carrie Geller are proud to have come from military families who've served since World War II.
And that is our last, actually, entry.
All right. Thank you so much, Colonel Ryleman, for helping us this morning. It's been a great parade. Went by quickly.
My pleasure.
It goes by fast every time.
So everybody gets to go, all veterans get to go have a hamburger after this is over?
Then we're going to go over to Elks Lodge, and then we still, again, have the ASU game going on, so there's going to be entry for that.
Military Appreciation Night.
It's not like the recognition or the veteran that stops today. It kind of keeps going over the next couple of weeks. So
it's a great way to kick off the next week.
And you're going, so the rest of your day is you're going to be going to the game?
We'll be at Ram Jam, and then we'll be at the Angelo State game, looking for them to go 10-0 and keep it rolling.
All right, give us an idea of what it's like for you now, just for the next year during your mission here.
Yeah, so we're looking to close out this year strong, right? Take care of our students, make sure everybody catches a break over the holiday season, and certainly gets a little bit of a reset, and then looking to continue to build on our successes over the last year. A lot of momentum.
Speaking of holiday season, we should mention civilians don't get to go on base at Goodfellow very often, but Market Days comes up pretty soon, and that's a good chance for people to get to go see.
We do. 19 November. Welcome everyone out to Santa's Market. It's our 40th year, and it's the first time after, of course, a little bit of a pause for COVID. Everybody can come on base, go out to the DoD Firefighting Academy and participate.
Sounds fun. All right, well, we want to thank you all for watching us this morning. We certainly appreciate it, and we've certainly enjoyed honoring all of our veterans with this annual Veterans Day Parade. Colonel Ryman, thank you again.
Thank you.
For Chris Boone, Carolyn McEnroe saying thank you very much.
Thank you for watching the 2022 KLST Veterans Parade. With respect, honor, and gratitude, this broadcast is dedicated to those who have served and continue to serve our country. The 2022 KLST Veterans Parade was sponsored by Bug Express, Concho Valley Door, and Trans Texas Southwest Credit Union.